Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Natalie with Natalie's Closet, and today I am showing you the Stephen B haul. I was going back and forth on whether or not I was going to do it as a separate video or attach it to the end of the tour or whatever, and I just decided it deserved to be its own video. After all, you know, we've got this, and well, this is actually something separate I'm going to be talking about, but the Stephen B bag. So I would love to welcome all of our new subscribers. We have had a bunch in the last couple of weeks, so welcome. I hope you enjoy my content and the videos. Well, that's my content, right? Anyway, I hope you enjoy it all. There's kind of a mix of my big passion is like small business, hand-dyed yarn, that type of thing. But I also have all my big box yarn that I do make all of my market items with and have fun with that. So it's kind of, I try to mix it up a little bit. But I hope you enjoy your time here and all the content that you watch. Thank you so incredibly much for having subscribed. You guys are amazing. Of course, welcome back to all of my OGs till now subscribers. You guys are amazing. You guys have been supporting me for so long. I've been on YouTube now, what is it, 5.5 years, I think, and it's been an amazing journey. Future Natalie here. Okay, so just a reminder, this video was recorded back in May of this year, 2025. All right, hope you enjoy the rest of the video. Bye. So we're just going to go ahead and dive right into it. This is all of the stuff that we got at Stephen B's, which you guys have to admit, it was an amazing store. It definitely in the top 3 stores of all local yarn shops that I've ever visited. And as you guys know, I visited many. But the atmosphere, the staff, the everything, and of course, Stephen, he was amazing. And I was so excited that we got to meet him at the end. It was awesome. Yes, and I would love to say that if you are new here and you haven't subscribed yet, hopefully this will be a video that will pique your interest and have you be willing to hit the subscribe button down below. Make sure to hit the notification bell to all so you're notified anytime I upload a video, or we hope that's what happens, because that sometimes doesn't. But you know, maybe you'll want to search my videos and see if I've posted anything. Anyway, well, that goes for everybody, I guess. All right, so I'm actually going to pull out some yarn that kind of needs a separate, like, explanation as to where we came from as far as getting it. Which will actually lead into a separate video talking about more of the details of that. But we had so much fun going through the store, and in all honesty, I wanted so much stuff, but we've been on a yarn diet. Okay, well, I guess I can't really say that if you've seen our last 3 Joann's hauls. But then again, that was a business going, or a store going out of business, and, well, we kind of had to with the deals that we got, right? I'll link all of those videos down in the description if you guys haven't seen it and you want to check it out. It's kind of crazy. But when it comes to like local yarn shops and any other yarn buying, unless it's needed for business purposes, like for stuffies and loveys and whatever I need for our markets, we've been on kind of a yarn diet, which kind of stinks because, as you guys know, many of these cubbies are thanks to Mr. Boyfriend and all of his enabling and or outright just purchase and surprise to me, with me. Whatever, you know what I'm saying, right? Like these 2 cubbies and these 2 cubbies. No, these 3 cubbies. These 2 cubbies and the top and these 2 I think cubbies up there. Yeah. Mr. Boyfriend loves I love yarn. Actually, he's very passionate about fiber also, which is awesome. I mean, we are both very passionate about each other's passions and also each other's biggest enablers, which can maybe not be so good sometimes. But it's really nice that we each not only, I don't know what just fell, but Uh-oh. My Lego set is about to fall. Okay, that may start tumbling down, which would suck because there's 2 sets. Oh my goodness. Anyway, but not only are we passionate about each other's passions, but we understand them, we really like them, and we absorb ourselves in each other's passion so that we can both appreciate each other more. But anyway, so he had an amazing time recording. He's my videographer and photographer, and he had an amazing time and so much fun recording at Stevens. Of course, we went through the shop first to kind of get the lay of the land, and then we did the recording, and then we went and looked, like seriously looked, and decided, okay, what do we want, what do we not want. There wasn't much we didn't want, but you know, actually, I really wanted one of those mohair kits that were there, but that was a little pricey. I'm going to have to save up for that. But anyway, let's get on with it. So, most of this was in the, like, affordable section. And of course, I'm forgetting the term that they used for it, but upstairs, like downstairs, was more of the custom type stuff and hand-dyed yarns and, you know, that type of thing, like the higher end or more expensive items. And then upstairs is where he had the more affordable items, as well as like the discount hall and the 2 rooms that had the stuff from his mom's shop. Which a bunch of stuff actually came from in there, and I wish I had gotten more of some of the stuff, but that's okay. So we did get, I thought there were 4 colors, but maybe not. It's for a particular project. But these are the Plymouth Yarn Encore Knitting Worsted Weight. So it is a worsted weight yarn, or these 3 colors are. Plymouth Yarn is in Pennsylvania, made in Turkey. The color number on this one is 479. It's 75% acrylic, 25% wool, 100 grams, 200 yards approximately. Suggests a US 8 needle and an H hook. Machine wash, gentle cycle, tumble dry, low. So this was color 479. And I think my ring light and the lighting in here is not doing it justice. It's an electric orange. Like, it's super bright. Then this one is the same yarn, color number 477, which is a neon green. And I mean, like, neon green. Oh, my ring light is making the camera shadow. But it's, like, super bright. And then this one, same yarn, color number 478. It is a hot pink, like hot neon pink. So these 3 colors are actually going to be for one project, and there's going to be an accent yarn on it, and I'm not sure, but it may, unless I did the orange somewhere else, like further down away from the area that would need the accent yarn, that's not going to be it. That's not going to be it. I don't know which one is going to be, if any of these are going to be the accent yarn, or if it's going to be something different. But these 3 yarns are going together for a particular project. And when that project is done, I'll of course share that with you. So we got 3 of those. Now these were $8.50 each, which really wasn't bad. Now I know for some people you're probably thinking $8.50 for a 100-gram ball or skein of acrylic, well, 75-25 acrylic wool yarn is a lot. In like big box yarn store terms, I guess, yeah, I can see that. However, it is I'm not going to say it's like a high-end acrylic, but it is soft, and you guys know I'm obsessed with using, like, I try to only use soft yarn. One, because my hands are so dry, and it really does actually irritate my hands to not use soft yarn. Sorry, fibers are up my nose. But also, I just really love using soft yarn. And that's, I would say it's kind of between, like, a value acrylic. Now remember, there is wool in it. Now it doesn't say that it's like superwash merino, you know, that like a high, it doesn't say that, it just says wool. So I'm going to say it's probably, the feel of it is probably between like a value acrylic. I'm not talking Super Saver. I don't like Super Saver. I can't use it. But let's say maybe Big Twist value and like Care Simply Soft. Like Care Simply Soft to me is nice and soft as far as like an affordable acrylic. This is kind of in between that. Now it doesn't say it's like a premium acrylic or anything, like anti-pilling or anything like that, but it's a decent acrylic. So let me get the rest of this novelty yarn out. Now these are all novelty yarns, and if you didn't see the local yarn shop tour of Stephen B's shop, I'm going to link that also in the description box below. Make sure to check that out because it is an awesome shop. But when his mom used to own a yarn shop as well, and she told him, you know, when I go, you're going to get probably, how many truckloads did she say? I forget how many truckloads, but like 14-foot long truckloads of yarn. And I think he said, oh my goodness, I'll put it on the screen if I remember to look back on that video. I swear, what is wrong with my memory? I wish Mr. Boyfriend was here because he remembers everything. Like, literally, almost everything. But he got, like, I think 7 14-foot truckfuls of yarn. And the bulk of it was novelty yarn. I love novelty yarn. I don't often use it, but I love having it. So there were a couple, 2 in particular that I had found, and I was scouring. Now, they had it kind of color coordinated in there, but I was scouring the shelves like crazy trying to find more. And unfortunately, I only found 1 of each of those. And then there's another one, I luckily found 2. And then another one, I could have gotten a bunch of. They had a basket full of them. Some of them had the like sale price on them, and the other ones didn't. But she was, and some of them had one price, and the other price was 50 cents more. But most of the stuff was either 30 or 50% off. So there was so much. My arms were full because I didn't take a basket at the time. My arms were full of stuff, and Mr. Boyfriend came in because he ran down to get the can. I don't remember what the situation was, but he had left and he came back, and he's like, are we really getting all of this? And I was like, no, don't worry, I'll go through it. And he's like, do we need a basket? I said, yeah. So we got a basket, and a lot went back. But I'm gonna show my favorites last. This is a Patton's Cha-Cha, maybe? I don't know. The sticker's right on top of it. I think it's Cha-Cha. I can't tell, but it's a Patton's yarn. And let's see, hand wash, lay flat to dry. What other information is on here? Oh, really? That's covered. 100% nylon or polyamide. 77 yards, which is 70 meters. 50 grams, 1 3/4 ounces. It doesn't say, yeah, product of Turkey, packaged in Canada. The color is 02004. Now, I highly doubt, you might be able to find it like on a vintage site or eBay or whatever, but from my understanding, all of these are like really vintage yarns. So I don't know that you'd find the colorway, but it's 02004, and these were $4. I don't know if they had, it doesn't have a colored sticker on here, so I don't know that they were an additional 30 to 50% off. But look at this. Is this not fun? It's kind of like an eyelash, but kind of not. Like, this is the yarn right there. But isn't it fun? There's like yellow and lavender and orange and pink, and I don't think there's green or blue, but I've got 2 of them. So much fun. How many yards did I say? 77 yards. So, I mean, you know, I was thinking this could like be a border around one of my lovey blankets. Although I don't know that I want to use this on a lovey. I like kind of love it. I don't know what I would use it on. Ooh, I have yarn that I got for me. I don't know where it is. I think it's that. It could work. It could work, and it's so soft. Oh my gosh, so soft. Anyway, okay, so we got 2 of those. This is the one I really wish I'd gone back upstairs for and gotten more. One of the price tags said $6. The other one said $4, and it was also supposed to be, I think, 30 or 50% off. I think 50% off was the green mark. So it would have been $3 based on the $6 tag, or it would have been $2 based on the $4 tag. I don't remember which way she did it. I think she did it based off of the $4 tag and 50% off. I really wish I'd gotten more of this. It's super fun. This one is, well, the brand, I'm trying to see if I can find a website or something. I'm not seeing a website or anything to be able to reference that, but it's made in Italy. It's Fiori is the type of line of this yarn. And let's see, it's 50 grams, 42 meters, so about 45 yards. It's 60% viscose, 40% polyamide or nylon. Like I said, 42 meters, so about 45 yards, kind of, sort of, roughly. I don't see a color number reference to it at all, but it's like this tangerine orange with pink undertones. It's really hard to explain, and I don't know that you can see it, but do you see what the yarn, don't look at my hands, they're so dry, but do you see, it's like little, it's almost like little butterflies. It's bows is what it is, I think, but it almost looks like little butterflies. But that's what the yarn is right there. So we've got 2 of those, so about 90 yards, maybe a little less, a skosh less. I don't know who uses that word. Anyway, so 2 of those. I wish I would have gotten more. There was a whole basket of them. Oh my goodness, it's hard to say which one. I think these are all equally my favorite. This one by color is my favorite. But as far as like everything, I don't know. But this one we got 2 of, and I don't think there were any more. I was looking everywhere for it. This I was thinking could be the a border on a lovey, possibly. I don't know. But this is Crystal Palace Yarns. It's their fling line. It's 95% nylon, 5% metallic fiber. And it's funny because it's not a metallic fiber. It's actually very similar to either Angelina or Stellina, which is like a plastic, basically. But that's iridescent and or different colors, which is what it looks like. It's not a metallic fiber, but, you know, whatever. That's what they say. And let's see if I can see any other information. Hand wash or machine wash, gentle cycle, dry flat. In all honesty, I would not wash this by machine. I would be hand washing it. The color, so then I don't know if I should put it on the lovey, because loveys are meant to be able to take off the stuffed animal, throw it in the washer, dryer, and out. So I don't know. We'll play it by ear. But the color is 5186. And is there yardage anywhere? No. Richmond, California. Straw.com. It's straw into gold. Okay, I think that's colorway. It's straw into gold. Look at this. Is this not fun? It's like paper. It's like paper yarn. But do you see the sparkle, sparkle, sparkle in there? It's like little puffs of sparkle, kind of like Stellina, which is what my favorite is. So anyway, I don't see any yardage in here anywhere. 130 yards. Oh, okay, so 260 yards total. That's quite a bit. So I don't know what I'm going to use this for, but this is definitely one of my favorites. Wish they had more. Would have gotten it. It was $4 each. I don't think there was an additional discount. Now, my computer just went. I'm hoping my ring light doesn't go off because it's plugged into my computer. These 2 are so hard to say which one is my favorite, because one has an amazing sparkle and the colors are cool. But the other one has such amazing colors. It's incredible. But I don't think the camera's going to do it any justice, but we'll see. So I'm going to do the sparkle one first. Oh, this says also straw into gold. So that must be maybe the company, because it's www.straw.com. This color is 9517. It is in no way similar to that one. This one is the Fizz. And this one was the, what was this one? This was the Fling. The orange one was the Fling. This is the Fizz. And it's something dust. Crystal Palace yarns. This is spun in Taiwan for Crystal Palace yarns. Colorway 9517. 86% polyester, 14% metallic fiber. This one could very well be a metallic fiber, although it also looks like an Angelina or Stellina because it's like little puffs. But yardage, 120 yards, 50 grams, wide range of gauges is what it says. And look at that. Look at the sparkle. Oh my goodness, it's my favorite. I love it. But it's got like green, red, orange, almost yellow. Isn't that beautiful? Now this is like an eyelash yarn. More so almost than that first one, that Patton's one, but it is super cool. I love it. And then last, okay, it's not last because there's actually two other yarns, but this one is, okay, this is nothing. There's no, okay, no, this is Flutter, made in Italy, 100% polyester, 75 yards, 70 meters, 20 grams, net, a standard condition. Okay. And that's all the information on here. This is like an electric green and an electric blue. Oh, the camera is not doing it justice. It is incredible. This is an eyelash yarn. It's sad because there's really not a lot on here, and I so desperately wish there was more of this, but there wasn't. There was only this one. And it's incredible. It's a 0500/395. That was handwritten on there. Not exactly sure what that meant. But anyway, it does not do it justice, but it is fabulous. Like, oh my gosh, incredible. All right, so that was all of the novelty yarn and the stuff that we got upstairs. Then we got this hank of yarn. We like to, when we are doing local yarn shop tours, and there are any local dyers, we like to try to see if we can find a yarn that we like or a colorway that we like with the local dyer. Or we go to a yarn that I've never either heard of, preferably, or have never had or in my stash or anything. So this was a local dyer in that they were in Iowa. This was when we were in Minneapolis. This was an Iowa dyer. Hand-dyed in Ankeny, Iowa. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Hand wash, cool, lay flat to dry. It's Shelby Strings Yarn Company. It's www.shelbystrings.com. This is the Hoku line. Springy. It's their Hoku, or Hoku is the colorway. It's their springy sock fingering weight. 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. And they have a dye line on here. 437 yards, 100 grams. And it was just so fun and colorful. It was like, yeah, okay. They had, I think, another local dyer, but none of it, like, really sang to me. You guys know I like bright, colorful, sparkly. And even if I don't go bright and colorful, or bright, it's definitely colorful. But this was just so awesome. And I hate that the shadow is there of the camera. But look at all the pinks and the electric blue and the electric purple almost, and then some of the lighter colors, but it's super awesome, and it is relatively soft. It's like an 80-20 merino nylon blend, but super awesome. Then a story was told to us about a foundation that Stephen is part of, and a fundraiser and a fundraising company, and we were kind of told a little bit of information about the yarn, but it wasn't something that, I don't know if I don't remember why we didn't look at it initially. And then when we were getting ready to leave and I met Stephen, and then Mr. Boyfriend came back in and we did the video, he was telling us more about it. And so Mr. Boyfriend grabbed 8 skeins of this particular yarn, and then when I started looking at the patterns to make the item for donation, I noticed that the yardage, whether it was knitting or crocheting, depending on the pattern, I needed more yarn. So I picked up another 4 skeins. Now, the yarn that I'm going to be showing you, 100% of the sale went towards the fundraiser that I'm going to tell you about for Alzheimer's. The Longest Day is the fundraiser company. They are the ones that donate the funds that are raised towards Alzheimer's research. And as it turns out, the purple yarn was special to Stephen because the shawl that was made or gifted to his mother, who was suffering from Alzheimer's and dementia, was purple. So his thing was with 2 different types of Cascade purple yarn that Cascade Yarns donated for this purpose. 100% of it was then going to be, anything that he sold of this yarn was 100% of it was going to be donated to the Longest Day Foundation for his fundraising campaign. So we went ahead and we got the 8 skeins, and 100% of that was donated. They were $6 a piece. We bought them out of this particular yarn, so he only had the other Cascade yarn, which I think was a worsted weight. This is a chunky weight. And then anything made with the yarn, I mean, I guess you could just buy the yarn and then that donation goes towards the Longest Day and you make whatever you want. But anything that was then made with this yarn or any other yarn in the shop, which any other yarn that is purchased for the purposes of making a shawl or a lapgan to donate to Alice's Embrace, which is the donation, not company, but the donation people that donate the shawls and lapgans to people who have Alzheimer's or dementia. Anything made by those was then going to be donated to Alice's Embrace and then gifted to a person with dementia and or Alzheimer's. I know I'm not talking about it, but when I do my separate video, it'll make more sense. Anyway, so we bought this yarn. 100% of the proceeds is going to Longest Day towards Stephen's fundraising campaign. And then when I make the shawl that I'm making, that will be then, I will give it to Stephen and that will be donated to Alice's Embrace. They will in turn then give it to a person who is suffering with Alzheimer's or dementia. So it's kind of like 2 different foundations working hand in hand, but separate entities. So once I make that, I'll show you the start of my shawl. It's the Busy Bee pattern, which I really like. Once that is done, I will give it to Stephen and he will give it to Alice's Embrace and they will donate it to a person suffering from Alzheimer's and or dementia. And the reason it's a shawl or lapgan is because they want something that will embrace the person, in turn, Alice's Embrace. So the yarn that we got is by Cascade Yarns. Like I said, they donated the yarn to Stephen for his purposes of raising funds for the Longest Day. This is their Anthem line. It's the chunky, and it's 100% acrylic, 200 grams, 218 yards, 7.05 ounces, machine wash warm, tumble dry. Made in India, color number 34 is the color. It's like, oh, that's blowing it out. It's like super bright on camera. It's a really deep purple, kind of like an eggplant purple. Kinda, maybe not quite that deep, but it's a beautiful purple. So we have 8 of these skeins because the project that I'm doing, I think, is 1,600 yards, if I'm not mistaken. And it is soft, but with my dry hands, I have to load my hands with lotion to work with it because otherwise it gets like kind of really fuzzy and stuff. But I'm super excited about that. Let me show you the start of the pattern. Now, if you are choosing to make a pattern for Alice's Embrace, they have patterns available. He has a link on his website. And I went ahead, he let me choose a couple of patterns, and then I settled on one, which, like I said, is the Busy Bee pattern. Let me see. well, you can't really see it based on this picture, but it's like little bees. It's supposed to be like little bees. And this is, I think it's 20 inches long. It's going to be a shawl. I mean, it's a rectangular shawl, but it's going to be a shawl. And then that is the pattern. It's like little bees going across. So well, clearly we bought the yarn so that the sale, 100% of the sale would go towards Stephen. Oh yeah, and then he gifted me this bag, which you get for free with a certain dollar amount purchase, or it says the Stephen B Experience because he has his own YouTube channel. But he went ahead and gifted it to me. He was awesome. That was so cool. Anyway, what was I saying? So 100% of the sale is going for Stephen's fundraising campaign with The Longest Day. Once I make this shawl and I give it to him, that will be donated to a person through Alice's Embrace, to a person that is suffering from Alzheimer's or dementia. Now, I was very inspired by this, and I actually joined Stephen's team with The Longest Day and have my own fundraiser going. So if you would be interested in... Okay, so in regards to my fundraiser, that has ended. But if you would still be interested in donating any shawls or lapgans to Alice's Embrace, I will gladly collect it. My P.O. box address is in the description box below. You can send it to me. I will forward it over to Stephen, whether I send it or next time we go to Minneapolis. Unless that's going to be a while, then I'll send it. But so go ahead and feel free to do that, as well as hats. If you're interested in sending over hats or anything, he is collecting that as well for the local homeless or those in need. So that would be amazing as well. So if you're interested, that could be anything actually. Hats, scarves, shawls, mittens, anything like that. Anything handmade. All right, so I will talk to you guys later. Bye. You can use any yarn you have. And if you want to go ahead and make something and donate it, now it's always nice to donate to somewhere locally to you because it's supporting your neighborhood or your area. But if there's nowhere that you can donate to, or that you aren't comfortable donating to, or whatever the situation is, but you would like to help me support Alice's Embrace, and you'd like to make a shawl or a lapgan, or you have an extra shawl or lapgan that you were planning on donating, feel free to send it to me. My address, my P.O. box is always in the description box of every one of my videos. Feel free to send it to me. Then what's going to happen is, depending on how many I receive, if it's a bunch of them and worth another trip to Minneapolis, Mr. Boyron and I will take a drive out to Minneapolis with however many shawls and lapgans we've collected, both from my channel and or, locally. We will drive it over there, and it will be then given to Alice's Embrace for them to donate to people suffering from Alzheimer's and or dementia. And then if we only have like a couple and it doesn't make sense to actually drive there, which would make sense because we could go back to Minnehaha and we could also go back to Stephen B's, then I'll just send them to him, and because he's a partner with Alice's Embrace, I will send them to him, and then he will, give it to whoever he deals with Alice's Embrace. So, let me know, and I'll be excited to accept anything. So if you have any questions, let me know in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this haul. And thank you to Stephen for sitting down and letting us interview him. That was super fun. He's an amazing guy. We could have sat there for hours talking to him. He had so many fascinating stories and everything else. So super cool. If you're ever in Minneapolis, Minnesota, highly recommend you stop by Stephen B's, and it's amazing. It is so much fun. And the people there are incredible. He's incredible. So much, just so welcoming, so warm, so everything. So thanks for everything. I appreciate it. Miley is not in here, which surprises me, but I know she says hi and bye to her peeps. Mr. Boyfriend says hi and bye. And of course, my mom, as always, says hello, goodbye, and thank you for all the continued thoughts and prayers for her during her treatments and everything. So thank you for that. I, of course, say bye to everybody. I love you guys. Remember, be positive, and for every season, there's a reason to crochet. Love, hugs, and prayers to everybody. Extra prayers for those who need it. If you need extra prayers but don't want to share publicly, email me at natalies.closet@yahoo.com. We will add you to our private prayer list. If you don't mind me sharing it publicly but anonymously, let me know that too. We will do that. And I will talk to you guys soon. All right, have a great day. Bye.